Oh my god. This chick's whole video is men are gonna lose their jobs first because of robots. And that somehow that affects women more.
So, as you probably heard by now, the robots are coming and they're coming for our jobs.
Let me guess. Like I said earlier, that somehow affects women more. Well, I can promise you this, they're not coming for my job because I'm an electrician. Well, I'm an apprentice right now. And I work for a union who is going to train me to be an instrument tech. And what will happen is when the robots take over, they will become the instruments and I will become the tech that works on the robots. But you know what's weird is there's quite a few girls in my class. So, are you counting them as men?
Now, these aren't just jobs that we might traditionally have thought of automation taking over, like factory work or transportation work. It's also going to be jobs like doctors.
Do you honestly think that people think robots are just going to take over factory work? I mean, there's been movies since, what, the 70s, 60s about sci-fi, and quite a few of them had robot doctors because it's in the future. You're not blowing anyone's mind with this, honey. I think what you're trying to say in a roundabout, I just blew your mind kind of way is that robots aren't just going to take hard labor jobs.
So, for example, a surgeon robot can hold in its head sort of infinitely more information around diseases, symptoms, side effects than a human can.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You mean a female human?
But is it not a problem that a woman have a smaller brain than a man?
That is wrong.
But the government scientist Dr. Yamak have proved it is size of squirrel.
And it's probably going to be infinitely more precise in an operating theatre. Now, it might seem a bit strange to be entrusting your life or the life of a loved one to what is essentially a machine, but logically it makes sense.
Let me guess, because it's gonna destroy the patriarchy or smash masculinity. See what I did? I reversed it on you there, because I'm smarter than you. Anyway, I don't understand why you think robots are gonna destroy masculinity if we live in a patriarchy and men are gonna obviously design the robots because.
That a woman have a smaller brain than a man.
So why would we let them destroy masculinity?
The only thing is, for a lot of people, maybe emotionally it doesn't, and that is the slight snag in the robot takeover. And this little snag is essentially the idea that, at least right now, there is a separation between humans and robots, however lifelike they might appear, which is all about genuine emotion and empathy. And that snag means that the last jobs to fall to our robot overlords are going to be women's jobs.
Alright, I just went from playing around with you to fucking pissed. Fuck you, you dumb bitch. Men have emotions, you fucking idiot. Men do emotional job roles too. Here, let me pull up some fucking stats for your bitch ass. So let me start off by asking you a question. When do you think the robots are gonna take over? Soon, women will be the majority of doctors. Because in 2015, 70% of doctorate degrees in health science went to women. Oh, here's another picture. Let's look at this one. Also in 2015, women got 80% of the master's degrees in health science technology. Doesn't this throw your whole little theory completely in reverse? Are the robots gonna destroy femininity?
Or at least what's traditionally thought of as women's work.
Traditionally, women didn't work. They were barefoot in the kitchen. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that the wrong narrative? I'm sorry. That's not the narrative you're trying to use for this story. Okay, my bad.
Work that involves emotional labor.
Okay, so your whole thing is that work that involves emotional labor will be taken last by the robots. That is not the only thing that women work in. And like you said, these are traditional roles. That means that was back in the day. What exactly is your argument or your point here? It's dumb. It's just stupid. It's nonsensical. And the thing about caregiving, that's a very small field for the robots to take over. Since that's the very last field and women are more populated in it, somehow it's going to destroy masculinity and affect women more.
And caregiving. If you're in a hospital waiting for news of a loved one who's in surgery, you don't want to hear about their death from a push notification on your iPad. And although that's not what caregiving robots would look like, I think for a lot of people that's what it might feel like.
I mean, seriously, am I the only one confused by this? Like, what the fuck is the point? What is she getting at here? This is the dumbest argument I've ever heard. It's just like, Women are affected more. Here's a fucking dumb reason. Why did she make this video? I don't understand. Is it just to piss me off?
That there's no genuine connection there. So with the rise of the robots imminent, what I'm interested in is when the jobs that have been traditionally done by men are taken over by robots and the only jobs left are ones that are women's work, what's going to happen? Well, the first option is that the barrier of gender stereotyping is too much. Men who have already been demasculated by losing their jobs are asked to re-enter the workforce into a position which is seen as feminine and therefore inferior. I mean,
Oh my goodness. Like, I'm really trying. I want to watch the rest of this video to understand, but that is the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. That is so fucking retarded. If I went into fucking caregiving, I wouldn't feel demasculated. It wouldn't fucking bother me in the fucking least. I used to want to be a fucking pediatrician. I wouldn't mind going helping old people. It kind of sucks sticking catheters up dicks and vaginas, but hey, someone's got to do it. What work are you talking about that would demasculate men? Name one fucking job. Is there a guy that's gonna go be a health fucking caregiver and he's like, oh god damn it, I'm no longer alpha. Fuck my life.
what are the alternatives for these men not taking a job, staying at home to raise the kids and keep the house? That other feminine work thing? I mean, either way, we're going to see a massive crisis of masculinity, right? Well, a second option, and kind of the opposite of that, would be that the concept of having a job would revert back to being an inherently masculine trait, and that wageless work would go back to be an inherently feminine trait.
Alright guys, I'm done with the video. If you want to go watch it on her fucking channel. This is the dumbest shit. It's like a vicious circle of stupidity. Do you see that? Am I the only one that sees it's a circle just going into retardedness? It's just an abyss of stupidity. Infinity stupidity. That would be a good name for this video, but I've already come up with a better one. So I'll see you guys later.